President of the University of Tennessee System. Thank you for taking time to join us for the 2023 State of UT Address. I understand your time is valuable, and while you could be doing anything right now, you chose to join today to learn more about our vision for 2023, so thank you. I believe a great mission lives somewhere between the probable and the impossible. The probable is something that you can do, but it's not very exciting. For example, you know that if you come to work and do your job, you can achieve the probable mission. If a mission is impossible, well, nobody believes it, and no one will buy into it. If a mission lives somewhere between the probable and the impossible, it's beyond what you can expect just by doing what you normally do, but with a little innovation, imagination, and determination, it just might be possible. Tennessee has a great mission before us and is facing seemingly impossible challenges around substance misuse, rural community decline, and critical needs in K-12 education. We can only label these as grand challenges, and they are difficult problems that will need a sustained, multidisciplinary solution. In fact, these solutions lie somewhere between the probable and the impossible. As we seek to untangle these problems, we know the ultimate outcome will benefit everyone in the state to lead more prosperous lives. These challenges ignite reactions that significantly impact livelihoods and quality of life for Tennesseans across the state. The University of Tennessee System, with its statewide presence, people, expertise, resources, and influence, is uniquely positioned to tackle these grand challenges.
Drug overdoses are now the leading cause of death for Americans between the ages of 18 and 45. Substance use affects every Tennessean, even those that haven't personally experienced addiction. Substance use negatively impacts many aspects of our society. It affects our healthcare system, our criminal justice system, school system, the workforce, the environment. The list is lengthy. While substance misuse is a heavy burden everywhere, it has been profoundly catastrophic for the eastern Appalachian areas of our state in particular. It has destroyed families, forced businesses to move or close, increased crime rates and overcrowded jails, burdened child protective services and foster care, and has resulted in numerous other destructive outcomes across the state. The Substance Misuse and Addiction Resource for Tennessee, or SMART initiative, was established to help reduce overdose deaths in Tennessee by partnering with community leaders to educate people, develop, initiate, and evaluate research-based programs, and secure additional federal funding for state and local initiatives. There are a lot of moving parts to this very complex challenge, and a community-specific approach will be paramount to the success of these efforts. After all, what works in one community may not work in another.
Addiction is a treatable disease. It is not a moral failing. And yes, recovery is real. We do recover. I'm living proof that it might take a second or third chance to love someone in addiction back to life. 22 years ago, my life was turned around when two women of faith from my hometown helped me get on a pathway to recovery. I was afraid to let people know that I needed them. 22 years ago, I was freed from that bondage. Today, I spend every waking hour advocating for people to find freedom from addiction and other life-controlling issues through the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services faith-based initiative. Imagine if we all got on the same page and delivered the same message. Don't you think we could address the stigma around addiction and mental health and create a space for people to find help? My goal is to work with every congregation, every school, and every volunteer across the state of Tennessee to be educated on addiction and mental health and how we can all unify to build resources to help people who suffer. Just one example of how we are doing our part to address this grand challenge is providing free community trainings in partnership with our local faith communities and colleges on addiction and mental health in order to build more relationships, build more friendships, and access points to service.
Access to broadband, for example, is a critical resource where rural Tennessee is woefully behind. In fact, approximately 37% of rural Tennesseans don't have home access to high-speed broadband, and many can't afford broadband services or the devices needed to use it. The University of Tennessee Institute for Public Service is actively working to increase internet access in our more economically distressed counties through grant-funded efforts, which include partnerships with local libraries and elementary schools in 6 distressed counties to loan mobile hotspots free of charge.
Small-town rural communities are what makes Tennessee, well, Tennessee. Nashville, Memphis, Chattanooga, and Knoxville are all household names across our state. But rural Tennessee made these cities what they are. In strengthening rural Tennessee, we strengthen the economic, moral, civic, and cultural foundations of our entire state. And rural community decline is even deeply connected in many ways to substance misuse. Many of Tennessee's rural communities experience stagnant economic growth, difficulty retaining and attracting talent and business, and budget struggles to fund infrastructure projects like sewer, water, roadways, and yes, broadband connections.
In K-12 education, challenges such as attracting and retaining teachers and funding schools create overcrowded classrooms, hindering the educational experience that students need to thrive. For many rural students, exposure to opportunities and careers beyond what they see is a whole other obstacle they must overcome. And if we're going to have an educated workforce, then we need high-quality, resource-infused education. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. We need to teach kids problem solving, critical thinking skills, and so much more. Tennessee ranks 31 in its quality of pre-K to 12 education. Further, on average, there are 10.7 teacher positions reported vacant per school district. The state of our education is in dire need of help, and ensuring our students are successful starts with teaching.
Through Tennessee's Grow Your Own initiative, our state is leading the way to ensure Tennessee is the best place to become and remain a teacher. Last year, Tennessee launched the first nationally approved teaching apprenticeship, becoming the first state to make it possible for teachers to truly become a teacher for free. Removing the cost barrier to becoming a teacher is nation-leading, groundbreaking work that has real-world implications and positive impacts on our classrooms. Now, we are innovating even more. The Tennessee Grow Your Own Center is a partnership with the UT system that leverages a $20 million investment to help break down more barriers to the teaching profession, ensuring Tennessee's supply of teachers is strong, growing, and sustainable for years to come. Grow Your Own partnerships between higher education and local school districts across the state are ensuring there are more opportunities and innovative no-cost pathways for Tennesseans to enter and excel in the teaching profession, so that every school can have a pipeline of qualified teachers and school district professionals to serve all their students.
These grand challenges, substance misuse, rural community decline, and K-12 education needs, require collaboration between the public and the private sector, and among our own campuses, institutes, and alumni. By harnessing the collective power of human relationships, research, science, technology, and imagination, amazing things can and will be achieved. UT is willing and ready to work on these grand challenges. With our 5 campuses and 2 institutes, the University of Tennessee system can uniquely collaborate with communities across the state to solve problems so future generations can thrive. Will you join us? It will take experts from a myriad of areas working together to straighten what has been snarled. While connecting as a university system and as Tennesseans, these grand challenges won't be insurmountable. Solving them will lie somewhere between the probable and the impossible. With innovation, imagination, and determination, I am confident we can get there. And we've already started. This spring, I'll be announcing an effort to rally our troops together to help solve the state's grand challenges and invest in ideas that have the potential of making Tennessee a better place. These Grand Challenge collaboration grants will be divided into each of the Grand Challenge areas: substance misuse, rural community decline, and K-12 education. The greater the collaboration among our departments, colleges, campuses, and institutes, the greater the potential to be awarded a grant. While ideas can come from anyone, proposed projects must have a clear connection to the UT system and its campuses and institutes. So stay tuned for more details about this exciting initiative. I invite you to to learn more about our Grand Challenges by visiting grandchallenges.tennessee.edu or by scanning this QR code with your mobile device. Together, we will usher in a better tomorrow for all of Tennessee and make this the greatest decade, not just in the history of UT, but for all of Tennessee.